Numbers are slightly different from what you're used to looking at. It's a cash break-even milk price. And predictably, Scott's cash predicted break-even milk price is a bit lower than ours because of the high input. Then I ran it on the basis of EBIT, and if you just look at EBIT, the high input system wins over a range of payouts. So from $4 through to $7, I wasn't ballsy enough to put $8 back up again. Who knows? If you just look at EBIT, well, you should run the high input system. But that's not the whole story. This is probably a lot more telling. This is the net farm income under different payouts. And as you shift more towards the left, the lower input system, or well, the medium input system, is resulting in less losses, let's put it that way, than the high input system. We really bleed in those $4 payouts. Scott bleeds too, but not as much. But then you reverse to the other side, and all of a sudden, we will make more money to fill up the hole that we dug earlier on. So it's a matter of where do you want to sit. It's not necessarily this is the best system or that is the best system, but where do you feel most comfortable? Some general impressions of what's happened and what people have done. There's certainly less imported feeds, and both in forages and concentrates and grazing, and that's aimed at a cost reduction. Simple and simply pull feed costs out of the cash flow. A strong move towards more homegrown feeds. There's a renewed focus on pasture harvest and pasture quality, and we're doing that with attention to detail with soil fertility, whole farm, all paddock soil testing, bucket testing the irrigator, regrassing, three-leaf management, and strategic NNS use. Most people have pulled back stocking rate a bit, and that part of the reason for that was to create some cash flow benefits, short term, but at the time the cash was needed, and a lot more fodder beet than we ever seen. The second move away from feed was driven by the desire to reduce exposure by increasing pasture harvest and crop use, and also buying more land or leasing more land to do your grazing. We pay crazy prices for grazing compared to you guys. So the whole thing was aimed at increasing resilience and being able to handle these lower payout years. I think personally there's room for continued use of concentrates, obviously depending on the prices of the feed and the milk, but we need more understanding of substitution. The general layer of farmers and even consultants in New Zealand just say a kilo for a kilo, whether it's forage, concentrate, it doesn't matter. You put a kilo of a supplement in, well, that must mean that the cows eat a kilo of grass less, and it's not how it works. And producing low cost of COP milk, low cost of production milk, may have some unwanted consequences for the cost of finance because you most likely produce less of it. So, what is the important thing here? Operating profit is really the difference between your milk price and your cost of production times the kilos of milk solid production. And New Zealand tends to focus on the first bit, on the milk price minus cost of production, and forget about how many kilos of that stuff do you actually produce. So, therefore, the amount of milk solids produced is equally important as your cost of production. If you drop your cost of production, if you drop your cost of production, therefore drop your amount of solids, that's going to impact strongly on your cost of finance per kilo, and it's not heading in the right way. So I've tried to depict that with this seesaw. The triangle, the fulcrum, is the system change. You shift it to the left, then all of a sudden cost of finance becomes more of a burden. You've lowered the cost of production, but the cost of finance per kilo has gone up, and vice versa. So, in other words, be very careful when you shift your system, work it through and make sure you've calculated out all the consequences of the changes you're proposing. And at that point, I'll thank you for your attention and any questions on that.